Hey, good morning. It's Edna here live with Mindset Monday. And today I want to ask you a question. Are you held back by your limiting beliefs? Do you even know if you're held back by your limiting beliefs? Do you even know if you have limiting beliefs? You know what? We all have limiting beliefs. A lot of it stems back to how we were raised, even what family we were born into, because this is the old adage where, why do the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? I was telling my daughters this weekend, you guys will always be more wealthy than we were because you were born into a family that's doing really well. So you don't know any difference. And I mean, everybody has a little bit of money struggles now and then. You can't, got to stretch things a bit. You can't pay for this right now, so they've heard us talk about that. And when I say everybody, I shouldn't even say everybody. Some people have different challenges that far outweigh a few money struggles. So keep that in mind too. But I honestly believe that they will have a wealthier lifestyle than we will. I see it already in my older brothers' families. They just think differently than we were brought up. And part of it is the way we brought them up. Part of it is society and the people they've surrounded themselves with. But I see many, many people stuck in a belief system that just doesn't serve them. They're struggling with money on a day-to-day basis, or they're struggling with addictions. And where does that come from? Ask yourself those questions. This is something that you have to spend some time thinking on. You just don't wake up one day and go, oh, that was a limiting belief and I'm going to get over it. You got to study it. You got to spend some time thinking about where your limiting beliefs came from, why you have them, and which ones you want to change. Because some of the belief systems you have, maybe you're just happy to be with those belief systems. I'm a strong believer that every time, and you've heard me say this before, every time you want to grow and take things to a new level, new devil. So there's different beliefs that maybe you didn't have 10 years ago that have helped you grow to the point you are, but helping you grow to the point you are and taking it to the next level are two different belief systems. They always say that, and I don't know exactly who the quote is from, but you don't get your new goal as the person that you were, but as the person you are becoming. So think about that too, and spend some time, reading about limiting beliefs. I've been studying a few of the things through my coach and through Bob Proctor and Think and Grow Rich. And if you can change your beliefs, you can absolutely change your life. It doesn't come easy. It's not easy. But if you can consistently think about what you want and how you want to change your life for the better, then you can make those changes, whether it be the people you want to hang around with, the job you want to have, the money you want to make, the spiritual connections you want to have. Like, there's so many different beliefs that people have. I was listening to a video this morning, Joe Dispenza, and he talks a lot about healing people. And he does 7-day workshops where people get together and they heal themselves. Sometimes with stage 4 cancer that they weren't able to they went through all the conventional cancer treatments and weren't getting anywhere, and go to his session for like 7 days and they heal themselves. Like, that kind of stuff is pretty amazing, but it does boil down to a belief system. And he was saying being surrounded by other people, learning. So it's an education process too, because some people just can't even imagine healing themselves or getting healing powers from people around them. And he said he struggles with different scientists telling him, you can't do that, it doesn't even make any sense. And he said, whether it makes sense or not, it's happening. It's happening in his sessions. So what beliefs change in those people to allow themselves to think that they can heal themselves? That's a big shift, right? And you don't get there by, without learning about it. You have to learn about it first. You have to open up your imagination and even start to think about what's possible for you. So I'm going to get more into it next Monday about how you can shift those beliefs. But first of all, I do want you to just think about some of the beliefs that you have, how they serve you, or if they don't serve you. Like I hear people say, well, just a situation that we've had recently with my daughter. She's 18. She's got a friend who is from Pakistan, and his parents don't like him hanging out with her. They think she's a bad influence. And I can't imagine my daughter being held out as a bad influence, but that's what they honestly think. So where does that come from? Does that come from a distrust of white people? I don't know. Maybe it's a distrust of anybody whose mother would have pink hair. I really don't know. Don't know where it comes from. But they're adamant that this poor kid doesn't hang around with Desiree because she's a bad influence. And yet all through school, different friends of my daughters, both of them, their parents have said, we think your daughters are such a good influence. And I mean, they're not perfect, but they've got a pretty good attitude and pretty good mindset. And so we've heard that a lot. So to hear this is almost like we can't even believe it. It just doesn't even make any sense. So I think it's a limiting belief on their part, but who knows? Maybe it's a limiting belief on my part. So challenge yourself and start thinking about some of the beliefs that you have. You can't eat after 8 o'clock and you'll gain weight. It doesn't matter how much you exercise, you never lose any weight. And challenge yourself to start thinking differently. And one of the ways is through affirmations. One of the affirmations that I say to myself every day is, I create my ideal body by the thoughts I think and the actions I take. So where are some of those things that you can start changing your beliefs by what you consistently tell yourself? Because a belief is just a thought that you've kept thinking for so many years. Some of them you're born with, I think, because of our family DNA. But how can you change them? What are some of the ones that are holding you back? And how can you get rid of some of those beliefs that aren't serving you anymore? So have a really, really good Monday, and we'll talk to you all soon. Bye for now. Hey, hi everyone. Nice to see you guys on. Hope you got value today. Happy Easter.